Am I live?
Yes.
Okay. Hi everyone, this is Vaughn at Spirit of Health. Today is February 13th, which means tomorrow's Valentine's Day, and so in case you forgot, here's your reminder. But, you know, one thing we think a lot about with Valentine's Day is sexual function and libido. So I was going to talk about the top 5 products for sexual function and libido. Now, it might sound kind of funny, and it's not a topic people like to talk about a lot, but obviously it's a big deal. I mean, there's all kinds of people taking synthetic drugs and synthetic hormones. Men are taking testosterone. They're going and taking Viagra and getting all these pills to help with these issues, and we don't want to have to go that route. God obviously loves and cares about this aspect of our health. I mean, think of be fruitful and multiply, right? He actually gave us herbs and plants and things that can naturally increase this function. So again, our heart is we not choose the man-made medical system. We don't do those drugs that come with toxic side effects because they're dangerous. None of them are quote-unquote safe because they all have side effects. And so we want to look at the natural things God gave us to promote this important aspect of intimacy and sexual health. So I'm going to give you a few ideas. When I say top 5, I kind of cheat a little bit because it's more than that. I'll explain why. But first of all, so I'm going to put this in a category of number 1. This is Maca, okay, and this is a company called NHI. And Maca is been used. It was popular 10 years ago when I worked at a health food store in Las Vegas for hormone balancing. For women, would take it for hot flashes and night sweats. For men, it would increase strength and stamina, endurance, and testosterone. So the Maca Librium by NHI is for men, and it will increase testosterone and sexual function. They've actually proven it in studies. The women's one is called Maca Pause, and this is for postmenopausal support because a lot of women's sexual function drops or libido drops after menopause. So this is specific for women post-menopause. It's called Maca Pause. So that's number 1. Let's see. This product is really neat. So if you think of one of the reasons a lot of people take these pharmaceutical drugs and things that we don't need and they're dangerous is because of a lack of blood flow. Now, why do we have a lack of blood flow? A lot of reasons. Poor diet, poor lifestyles, we're sedentary, we drink beer and alcohol and eat sugar. Those things all slow down and congest the system. But there's a couple specific things that increase blood flow in the body, and one is called L-arginine. And so this product, this is Bell Lifestyle, so this is my number 2, Bell Lifestyle products. Forza for men, or Amora for women. Because yeah, it's not just men, women come in and have questions about this too. This has L-arginine in it, but it also has the Maca in it, and it's got a little DHEA, a little velvet bean, it's got a few different things. That's the Forza for men. The women also has the L-arginine, and it has Maca and Dong Quai. And specifically, that amino acid L-arginine is a vasodilator, so it opens up blood flow to the area, because that's what these pharmaceutical drugs is. They just release nervous tension that is blocking and congesting things up and open up blood flow to move to that area. So that's what these products are designed to do. Amora and Forza. And then I'm going to talk about Deer Antler, because Deer Antler is awesome for men or women. Overall hormone balancing, endocrine strengthening. For men, it'll increase testosterone. For women, it'll just increase sexual function and libido. It's a balancer. The cool thing about things God gave us is the plants and herbs God gave us, He made, and He made you. So your body knows what to do with Deer Antler. Your body, the Deer Antler, let's say this, the Deer Antler has intelligence. It knows if you're a man or a woman. It's just like Maca. Maca can increase testosterone in men, but it doesn't do that in women unless she needs it, and some women do. Otherwise, it doesn't do that because these plants have intelligence. Man-made pharmaceutical drugs have no intelligence. They're man-made, chemical, petroleum-based coal tar toxins. So Deer Antler is great. They call it an aphrodisiac. It's been used in Chinese medicine and in Asian medicine for many, many, many centuries, actually. And so Deer Antler overall is one of the best for men or women. A lot of women, when they take Deer Antler, talk about how amazing their hair and their skin and their nails and everything else is, in addition to the boost in the libido. I had a man who was in his 50s, and he was a logger. He was a man's man, and he was a logger, and he noticed his strength, his stamina, endurance seemed to be dropping And so he took deer antler, and a month later he called me and he was just raving about how amazing he felt, how much it increased his stamina and his endurance. And so we love the deer antler for that purpose. I'm going to give you this product, which is kind of a natural aphrodisiac. It's by Raw Forest Food, so this would be number 4. It's called Aphrodisiac Elixir. So it has herbs. Like I said, God loves sexuality and sexual function. Of course, he wants us to honor it and do it right, the way it's supposed to be done in marriage, right? But this aphrodisiac formula has herbs that naturally increase this function. So these herbs are pine pollen. It's got the deer antler in it. It's got horny goatweed, which, yes, horny goatweed did get its name for a specific reason. It's got mucunapurians, and so these are all natural herbs that increase that libido function. And then libido support for men, I like this one as well. I've been using this for years by Cedar Bear. And it has yohimbe, the epimedium, which is horny goatweed, and it has mirapuama. So similar ingredients, another good formula. So either one of these, Aphrodisiac by Raw Forest Foods or the libido support by Cedar Bear. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is kind of going back to the blood flow issue, niacin. If you've ever heard of niacin, niacin is a vasodilator. If you take a flushing niacin, it'll dilate the arteries to the point where sometimes your face gets red, you get flush, and so niacin can kind of do it like Viagra and some of those drugs do. And this is a cheap B vitamin that anybody can take, anybody can afford. It's taken for blood pressure. It helps people with overcoming alcohol and other addictions. It helps people with depression. Why? Just because it increases circulation and blood flow through the entire body. And I think you want to do the flushing form of niacin. I think that works best. So get a good cheap niacin. And then the last thing I'm going to mention is this triargin. I mentioned the L-arginine earlier. This is another product with L-arginine, and it's got ginkgo biloba and some other herbs that increase circulation. And I give this to people that have heart issues because it increases circulation throughout the cardiovascular system, and it increases nitric oxygen, which is oxygen into the blood vessels. But same thing, it's going to help with blood flow to the entire body, including the genitalia, if you want to increase sexual function and libido. So again, God loves these things. He gave us all these plants and minerals and different things that can serve this function. We really want you to be smart and safe and honoring of your partner and God during this Valentine's Day season. And so thanks for listening, and God bless.